Hey everybody, with the introduction to our new call, I wanted to do a how-to video on running it. You could simply look at this as an external diaphragm call. It uses latex, and you're blowing your air across that latex to create that vibration, to create the sound that you want. Basically what I'm doing is I'm splitting the difference between the wood and the latex with my bottom lip. Just laying my bottom lip right across between the latex and that wood piece, that half moon shape. My top lip's creating a seal across the top of the call right here. Sometimes it's up on the edge, sometimes it's right there on the face, just depending on how much pressure I'm putting back into my mouth with the call. From there, you're just blowing a small amount of air through that call, vibrating that latex on your bottom lip. Getting that sound out of it. From there, once you get that sound, and again, not blowing very hard, once you get that sound out of your tube, a 1/16 of an inch, up, down, left or right, in or out, will make a world of difference on the tone and what rasp you get out of your tube call. It's different for everybody. What everybody's listening for is a little bit different. The turkeys walking in the woods sound a little bit different. So it's up to you. It's your personal preference as far as what your tube sounds like for you. So get your latex moist. It works better with a little bit of heat in it. So the longer you put your lip to it and get a little bit of heat in your latex, the more flexible it gets, the little bit better it'll start sounding for you. But you simply tongue and air manipulation, once you figure out where you put your mouth on your tube and getting real close to the sound that you want, from there it's air and tongue manipulation to try to give it the different sounds you're trying to shoot for. When I yelp, I like to put my tongue to the roof of my mouth, and as I blow air across my tongue and out my over my lip, I say shonk, 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 shonk. It's not so much in the jaw as it is you're pushing that air, but just kind of accentuate that tongue movement from the roof of your mouth. When I purr, depending on what purr I want, I either put my tongue on my teeth and flutter, or I put it back toward the back of my roof of my mouth and flutter. And all I'm doing is bouncing my tongue off the roof of my mouth. Cluck, I do a t, t, t. And again, it doesn't take a whole lot of air. You just want that latex to pop. T, t. Also, I gobble on the tube. And all I do when I gobble is say, tucka, tucka. That gives a double pop of latex off my tongue, off my lip. You hear that extra little? So when I do that, I say tucka, 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 tucka. And it gives it that rollover, plus you can manipulate how much air you're pushing across the call to give it however much volume you want, how close together the gobbles are. It's very versatile. Double gobble. There's a whole other variety of sounds you can do on the tube. We got some guys that can do an awesome kiki. I'm learning. I'm still trying to figure out the kiki myself. But just about every sound that a turkey makes, you can make that sound with a tube call. Again, lip placement, air pressure, how tight your latex is. That's what drives the sound, the tone, and volume, rasp of your call. You can start off like with a yelp. The more pressure you put on your lip, the more rasp you're going to get out of it. The lesser pressure, it's going to be a sweeter or sharper sound. Very little movement changes the tone and the sound of your call. Give it a practice. Have any questions, give us a shout. And we appreciate y'all. And always remember, good hooting makes them gobble.